Yeah, what up, though? You know what I'm saying? Once again, man, it's another episode of the Green Room Podcast, Detroit, man. It's like episode 11, man. So, you know, we got to keep going up, man. I got a motherfucking legend in this bitch, man. Damn near a Detroit icon in this motherfucker, man. You got J Nutty in here, man.
What up, though?
Rock bottom, you know what I'm saying? On down. I told y'all niggas, wait till J Nutty get out. This the nigga Herc was talking about right here, man.
Well, don't say damn near legend. I think I am him.
Hey, see what I'm saying?
I am.
He is legend, man.
I am legendary. I'm gonna stop being modest and stop being humble and give it to the people like it's supposed to be given, brother.
That's what's up, man. Because that's the thing, man. Everybody didn't know. I don't know too many people that know the real J Nutty story and the origin of how it even came to be, from the rock bottom to from the rebels against the system to rock bottom to what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, man, we can give these boys some updates and let niggas know what's up, man. Catch them up, because everybody been mustard right now, man. Coming to J Nutty right now, man.
Well, to be honest with you, the whole start of it with the rebels against the system, I can go back a little bit before the rebels against the system. Before the rebels against the system, me and Charlie Picasso was already in this, we was already freestyling in school, and Charlie Picasso was my beat man, and we was already rocking the lunchroom. You know what I mean? Me and Charlie Picasso was doing that before we even got with Hurt and T the Terrorist. Rest in peace to Thrust.
Rest in peace, Thrust.
And rest in peace to Tail from NFL, because they're part of this too, because they had a group too. But me and Charlie Picasso was already doing our thing in the lunchroom, just freestyling. We wasn't writing. We was, it was kind of, we took it kind of like for, it was like a hobby. But back then, my older brother, Much Love, was running around with the older guys that was, putting it on, which Big Hurt was one of them. Maggie Mag was one of them. And Maniac was the DJ. So back then, that's around the time it was, Prince Vince had the Gangsta Funk, J to the D, had Sack Chaser, and all that was out. So my brother was always telling me, like, you can freestyle, but in order to be able to do it, you gotta be able to go like Big Hurt can go, because Big Hurt can do it all the way from Central all the way till we make it home. And MC Ace, that's who Lacey, that's that's Rocky Bad father. He was an MC as well.
Maggie Mag.
Yeah,
and Rocky Bad.
Shout out to Rocky Bad. That's my little sister, and Maggie Mag, my brother. But they was the people that I looked up to that was doing it. Maggie Mag and Maggie Mag, MC Ace, and Big Hurt. And T the Terrorist was doing it back then too. But that's where it started. Me and Charlie Picasso was in school freestyling, and in that circle of the freestylers was Chris Bud, was one of them. Rest in peace to Chris Bud. And it was Chris Bud, it was Deuce, it was Black Bill. Rest in peace to Black Bill. They was from 12th Street. And then you had the Lynch Mob. You had Leslie from the Lynch Mob. They was freestyling. Then we had a couple other niggas from Dexter. These boys was hard, man. And then it was a bunch of people in the cypher, but you had to be spitting to get into the cypher. You couldn't get in there bullshit. And one day we was in there going, and I realized that by Chris Bud having his shit wrote down and having his shit like rehearsed, it was professional. Black Bill was ad-libbing them. Deuce was ad-libbing. This shit was like a concert, bro. Central was basically looking like Crush Groove or something.
Okay.
So that day when I seen them go like that, and I stepped in for the freestyle, and I stood my own, but I knew I didn't have it together. I didn't have it like they had it. We didn't have the ad-libs. We didn't have everything together like that. So that's when I started writing. Okay. And then my first rap that I really wrote was a diss at MCA's. Rocky Bad Daddy. Because him and my brother was best friends. So it wasn't a real true diss, but it was just to let him know that I was coming for him.
I'm on my way.
Yeah. And he was MC Ace, and it was It was something like, you say you the ace, but I'm the big joker. You ain't swift enough, so I'ma smoke you.
so this the thing. So at first, would you be safe to say that you was coming with freestyles and you ain't know that they had writtens at the time? So that's what made me feel like, damn, they shit is on point, sharper than mine. Exactly. I gotta go write some shit.
Exactly. So even then, I still didn't take it serious. I just would write a little bit. That boy got gas over here.
Oh yeah, man.
Boy got gas in these. But I still didn't take it serious then. But I did always like the crowd, and I like to do it. And then I really wasn't writing. And then one day we was all in the hood and we was all freestyling, and Herc was there, and MCH was there, and T the Terrace, Knock Capone was there, and shout out to my man Knock Capone, because he was part of the Rats before me and Charlie Picasso even came about. Okay. And we was freestyling, and everybody was rapping, and Herc was like, y'all niggas really got it. Why y'all won't write? And we like, nah, we just doing our thing, blah 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 blah. He like, well, we about to do a song called Coming from the Row. That meant coming from Woodrow. We about to do a song called Coming from the Row, and y'all need to write a verse. And if it's hot, we gonna put it out. So even then, I didn't want to take it serious then, because I was running around, I was having fun. I had hoes, and I was just my whole thing was for the girls. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I was running around and I didn't take it serious, but Charlie Picasso wrote a verse. And his verse was hard. And then they went and laid the song. Oh, yeah. And I wasn't on it.
So you like these?
So I was kind of mad because not because they went and did it without me, but I was kind of mad because I felt like they didn't give me enough time. And I was kind of mad because I knew that I had never really sat down and wrote a whole 16 or a whole, you know what I'm saying? Back then it was 16, but niggas had 4 verses for a song back then, 5 verses. But I knew I had never wrote a whole song. So I was kind of like, damn, they just went and did it without me. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go home tonight. Rest in peace to Coach Cheese, because Coach Cheese was like, you can rap just as good as them. You got to just write your rap. I said, I'm going to go home tonight and I'm going to focus in on it. And I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write my rap. When I went home, boom, that night I did it, wrote a badass 24-bar classic. I had a line in there where I was like, my nigga Chuck hit a lick for a Glock and Beretta. What's the task? Get the mask and stick up .netters. It was just back then, we was our word play. We was double entendre, and we was making sentences rhyme with sentences back then when everybody else was saying cat, bad hat.
Right.
So I wrote my rap, boom. They like, hell yeah, man, you was bullshit. We got to go back and lay it. So we went back and they relayed the song.
What you want? They made room for you.
Made room for the song. And then that was the beginning of the Rebels Against the System. But even then, after I did that verse and then the little hood notoriety, everybody was like, oh yeah, Jay did it. Even then, I didn't take it serious then, because they was having meetings and shit, and they was, oh, we gotta go have a meeting. And I'm like, what the fuck we gotta stop having a meeting for? It's summer. It's hot outside. There's hoes out here. It's money to be made. I didn't want to stop and go sit in somebody's house and have a meeting about strategizing. That's what I was poor at that, and still is sometime when it comes to that. But
like Iverson when it comes to practice.
Yeah. But trust me, I'm gonna be like Iverson when he make a deal like he made too. You feel me? But I didn't like the practice. I didn't like to do that shit. I didn't like to be there when the beat was made. I didn't like to be there when we having meetings about studio time and paying dues. I was one of them dudes that's like, what is it gonna cost? Everybody got to put in $15. I'm like, man, fuck it. I could, I got 150, so we don't have to go through this whole shit. But that was important because I needed to learn that part.
The camaraderie.
Yeah.
Just knowing how to move as a unit.
As a unit. And also knowing now the energy that I can give the producer when I'm there with him versus me coming in saying, oh yeah, that's the beat, put the beat on, I'm ready.
Right.
Now I can sit around while the producer make the beat. Now I can sit around while the engineer.
Bro, I need them hi-hats going faster than that.
on the album Bootlegger's Dream, I co-produced 80% of the album. But that's where I grew to. That's far after the Rebels Against the System. That's far after the Rock Bottom. Right. You know, going through the Rock Bottom days. I co-produced a lot of my own shit.
Right. And that's dope, man. So like, cause I'm seeing you saying like y'all was rhyming whole sentences before y'all was even before niggas was writing the cat, hat, fat, sat, and all that. Like, who was y'all influenced? Like, I seen when I interviewed Charlie Brad, he said like he was listening, Herc had him listening to all kind of cats, Granddaddy IU and all these dudes. But I'm trying to figure out like who was y'all influences like that was y'all, you know what I'm saying? You ain't coming up with raps out of the air that was fire. You had to hear somebody that was like, damn, I like that shit. I'm gonna throw that.
Well, the difference between me and everybody, even before I was freestyling and all that back then, I listened to, well, my mom was Jehovah's Witness, so we wasn't allowed to listen to a lot of rap music. So my brother was sneaking his rap music into me. So whatever I could listen to, whatever he would bring, I would listen to it. And what got my mom hooked and started listening was you could put on any rap album, LL Cool J, Beastie Boys, Run DMC, any album back then, and I could do the whole album without messing up a word. Any song, you can skip through them, song 13, 12, 1, I could just say it. I knew the whole words without missing a beat. I knew that I could just record their lyrics like that in my head just fast. If I heard the album 1 or 2 times, I knew it. So you got to think at one time I knew LL whole album, I knew the Beastie Boys whole album, I knew Run DMC whole album, Ice Cube album, NWA album, K Solo, anybody you name.
See, now that's what I'm talking about. See, I just said who's the influence. He just named a bunch of them without even trying. Just thinking about how
because it was a little bit because it was a little bit of everybody.
Right.
It was a little bit of Scarface. It was a little bit of Ice Cube. It was a little bit of LL energy. I loved his energy in the beginning. Then when we got later on in the game, then it was Nas, and then it was the Jay-Z's and the, you know what I'm saying? But I had my own influences right here in my own city. Rap Mafia and them was really rapping back then. Like I said, Prince Vince and them, the Gangsta Funk, Merciless Amir had a bad motherfucker out back then. A Day Without a Rhyme. J to the D was smooth game talking back then. You know what I'm saying? Then you had Chaos and Maestro. Then you had America's Most Wanted. Then you had Beat F and Puncho. So I had my own influence. Boss, Awesome Dre. Then the Box, he made spin to the groove line. Mousy Ski and all them. So I had my own influences in my city before I even branched out to listening to the Ice Cubes and all the other guys.
Right.
But like I said, my main influences, if I had to narrow it down to a 5, I couldn't do it. And if I had to narrow it down to a 10, I couldn't do it because it was a little bit of everybody, like all the way up until I was. And then some rappers still influence me now.
Yeah,
it don't never stop. It ain't gonna never end to where I'm not influenced.
Yeah,
by somebody.
Right. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, as far as the earlier on, because like shit, you probably influenced the people that they don't even know they influence. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all got so much stuff, man. Y'all, like I was saying before, because you rap, y'all part of the same circle. So it's like I was telling him, man, y'all kind of like responsible for part of the Detroit sound almost. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we most definitely a part of it. We most definitely helped write the blueprint.
No, I used to listen to y'all niggas getting ready for school in the morning. Well, when that first project came out, what was that?
From the bottom up?
Bottom up.
Alligator City. You know, from the bottom up, Alligator City. Then it was Who Is Rock Bottom, and then it was the Blow album.
Right. I know you was on the first two.
I was on From the Bottom Up. And actually, From the Bottom Up was the first time I ever even laid anything. I only laid one verse. Chris Bud was on the album too. And then I was on the Alligator City a couple times. But then doing the Who Is Rock Bottom, I was only over the phone.
Yeah, you had the legendary over the phone verse, man. Yeah. Everybody probably know what I'm saying. That's I'll get that rock bottom, man. If y'all know about that rock bottom, man, that phone call freestyle. Hey, I'm gonna need Kim to sing the hook.
that
was it, man. But I used to, man, that one song, man, with Herc was on the hook. That used to be my start the day off song, man.
What? You don't want to get smoked?
You don't want to get smoked. Yeah, that song. I used to be wondering, like, dog, what happened at Rouge Park, man? At the end, you went off on them niggas, man. Like, damn.
Okay, what happened at Rouge Park was I was doing a dude called. They called me and they asked me to do a show. Do I want to perform? I said, yeah, I perform. And they wasn't paying. I was new in the game, and they wasn't paying or nothing. They was like, just show up. You know, we gonna do it. We gonna, rock out. You know, you can do that one. You don't want to get smoked. You can do whatever you want to do, but just, you know what I'm saying, blah, 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 blah. Show up. So I'm actually, at the time, I'm at a family function, and I left the family function to come do this show. And then when I get to the show, I brought a couple people from the family function with me, and I get there to do the show. And when I get ready to get up on the stage, boom, he give me the mic, and the guy give me the mic, the program director, whatever, he get ready to give me the mic, and he say, hey, Jay, make sure your mic work. And I mic check it. And he say, do I need another mic? And I say, yeah, I need another mic. And I mic check that mic, and then I'm giving the other mic to my mans who gonna ad-lib me. And then right when I get ready to say, yo, what's up, blah, 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 I'm Jay Nutty, he say, hey, Jay, one more thing. You ain't gonna be no profanity. And I say, I said, no profanity? Oh, shit. And when I say, oh, shit, it come through the mic. And when I do that, the program directors, whoever was over him, snatched the mic out my hand.
Oh, yeah.
And when he snatched the mic, his woman, the lady, who I don't know if it was his woman or not, she was like, we said no profanity, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, y'all picked the fine fucking time to say it while I'm on the stage, and you give me the mic, and I got 2 seconds before I go on. You know what I'm saying? She was like, but when you said, oh shit, it came through the speaker, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, whatever. So now I'm still mad at the motherfucker who snatched the mic, though.
Damn.
Because even though, okay, y'all want no profanity, whatever, nigga, don't you ever snatch no mic out my hand. It was a big ass dude too. But so it got a little heated. Boom, I walked on stage and I said, fuck this show. Fuck y'all, blah, 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 blah. And then I end up going to the point where I'm like, you know what? Y'all talking shit. Fuck this whole show, nigga. I end the whole fucking show. And when I say, man, my boy say, come on, man, fuck it, let's go. My cousin said, come on, man, let's go. I'm like, no, fuck these people. I end the whole fucking show. They don't want me to rap, nigga. There ain't no show without me, blah, 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 blah. And we start walking to our car, and somebody said, he going to get his trap. And then the show got shut down.
Damn.
And then they kind of like badmouth me after the show. That I kind of ruined it because they wouldn't let me perform and all that shit. And that wasn't the case. I never went and got a strap. I went to the car, we pulled off.
Right. So at the end of that song, you was really venting for real.
Yeah, that was a true story. I thought I was playing, bitch. When I see y'all, I'm flaming at y'all. I wasn't gonna do it at Rouge Park. But bitch, you snatched that mic out my hand, big dog, and you was trying to be tough.
Remember at Rouge Park, nigga?
Yeah, I never saw that guy again in my life.
That's crazy, man.
I mean, I didn't do nothing to him. Let's get this clear.
That was a little side note, personal little clarity I wanted to have.
I just never saw that guy again because it would have been an issue. I don't know where he at now. I didn't have nothing to do with him, whatever he at. But that was just an incident then.
That's crazy.
And that kind of like egged on the Nutty name.
Yeah, we're nuts. We're Nutty that day.
Yeah, but I really did.
It looked like
it. I really did.
He said, I cleared this whole motherfucker out. He really cleared the whole motherfucker out.
And leave him. Yeah. So, them kind of incidents happen a few times with me, but I wasn't about to shoot up Rouge Park. I wasn't about to. It was innocent. It was kids out there. That was the whole reason why they didn't want me to cuss.
Right.
Because they was trying to do a positive thing. But when y'all asked me to do the show and I said I'd do it for free, y'all didn't say that.
Right.
And then that way I would have came with a
now,
clean.
You'd have to pay because now you got to edit it and do this, and now I got to come professionally and do this. Nah, it ain't on the love.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
Right. No, who's some cats you done worked with, bro? Like your whole, you know what I'm saying, coming up in the career, so these niggas will know, like, bro, I don't know, man. We sitting with a legend right now, man. This nigga will work with everybody, bro.
Well,
cats
first,
y'all don't know.
Before I even shout out any cats that I work with that's in the industry, like far as worldwide, or you know what I'm saying, that I have kick it personal with. I gotta give a shout out to the people that I kicked it with and did shows with and close knit within my city.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? My city mean everything for me. I say that on that song, on that album. I'm riding with Detroit. It don't matter who I eat with. I'm a ride with Detroit.
Definitely.
So out of the people out of Detroit that I work with, hell of a platinum artist, I work with him. That's my brother. We got a personal relationship. You know what I'm saying? Dub Music got a platinum plaque for a couple album compilation he did. He is a platinum producer. Hell of a platinum producer. I work with them. Obi Trice, the first black rapper to go platinum out of Detroit, I work with him. He went double platinum out of Detroit. So I work with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to speak on these people before I speak about anybody.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Hey. Then also Peasy, doing numbers. You know, I did one with him. You know, we got a real brother-like relationship. I work with him. Babyface Ray and GT and, you know, Los and Nutty and them like bros from the neighborhood. Yeah, we haven't had a chance to get in there in the lab and make it happen, but I work with them. You know what I'm saying? Royce, we haven't got a chance to get in the lab and make it happen, but I'm saying when we vibe, it's a real vibe. Yeah, sometimes it don't even be no music. It would just
like,
be.
You already know we got that. That's locked.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So these are my bros. These are my brothers. I'm gonna always speak highly of them. I ain't gonna be out of town and nigga ain't gonna be able to say nothing about none of them without it being a problem. Trick, also a platinum producer. You know what I'm saying? I work with him. That's my brother. I call him whenever I want. He ain't gonna never tell me no. Hell of us never gonna tell me no. They're my brothers. So I like to big up the people from my city. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Me and Vez I always crack a joke on Vez saying he owe me a verse, but that's my brother. You know, every time I see him, it's all love. You know, before him and Peasy went and did their time, I sat down with him and kind of like gave him the gist of what it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? We kicked it like that. Olympic Knox, another platinum artist who got a lot of shit done with Baby and them, and you know what I'm saying, Young Money and all that. I work with him. And it's a lot more people. I probably can't even think of everybody. Y'all over here got me blowing that gas, and I want that down. I ain't gonna remember everything, but I work with a lot of platinum, producers. A lot of people who made a real. I never got a chance to work with Jay Dilla, man. I hate that. Right, Seven the General. I work with him. Big Gub, my brother. Seven, my brother. Stretch Money, my brother. These guys I got relationships with. You know what I'm saying? So
go check out everybody.
Swifty McVay from D12. I did shows with Crooked Eye. Damn near a little bit of everybody out. You know what I'm saying? But
what you think like slowed you down from catapulting? Because man, you really a legend in the city, bro. And I know you did some bits. And I feel like me personally, you did a little time. That time period kind of slowed down the process or whatever, or what you was building on. You know what I'm saying? What you think as far as that? What could have?
Well, to be honest with you, and I speak a lot about this on the album Irrelevant. If you listen to the album Irrelevant, it tells this in a kind of like I want to say a abstract way. If you listen to it, it kind of tells you exactly everything I was going through the whole album. But for the people who couldn't decipher that and break that down, one of the main things that stopped me from catapulting and going to the next level. And I'm gonna be honest, and I'm a man enough to say it right now, was me selling dope. That's just facts. Ain't no way around it. When I talk to my daughter who do music now, shout out to Power Move J, my son, you know, JP, J Pratt, you know what I'm saying? Juan Peso, they doing their own thing. All these, they rap, these my offsprings. But I kicked it with them and I give them to them real that the reason why I ain't in a position to put them where they need to be as far as on the music scene right now is because I was selling drugs and then I got indicted and they put an end to things that was to come. I was damn near like a one-man band. I had a few people, you know what I'm saying, help me, but I was like a one-man band and selling dope. Me getting indicted was the main cause of me not catapulting. Because it was times and it was opportunities that I had that I didn't take. Before the Bootlegger's Dream album even dropped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that project was a classic, man. You and Blackface, man. That shit is crazy that there's people don't even know Blackface rap.
when Blackface got indicted, this is what a lot of people don't know. When we got indicted and Blackface got indicted, that was 2009. Me and Blackface didn't get indicted for the same thing. Blackface got indicted for BMF. I got indicted for some separate from a snitch telling on me. Something separate, but it just happened at around the same time. Blackface was already indicted. We already knew this, but that's why we was doing the album. We put some music out.
I was on the same mind.
We was on the same mind frame.
Man, we gotta put something out because we know we about to have to go and do this.
Right.
So,
but mine came like in the middle of it, because it was to the point where I was scared to even meet with Blackface. Like, is they watching you right now? Like everything they watch it, you know what I'm saying? I was so busy trying not to get caught up in what he had going on.
Cause you already, hey, I get it.
And I ended up getting indicted on a whole nother side, and then he was out on bond. They took me right in, and I couldn't even get a bond to get back out. You know what I'm saying? So, but the main bottom line of it was me selling dope. Back then, I was making so much money selling dope that I didn't want to leave my comfort zone because money was everything. You know what I'm saying? At that time. And and a lot of people can vouch for it, and a lot of people can certify the shit that I'm saying, that I done changed people's lives from me selling drugs. A lot of people in the let me say this, a lot of people in the gospel industry got their albums funded because of me.
Dope money.
Through dope money. And they never wanted it to be known because it was drug money, and I understand it. You know what I'm saying? I had millionaire people borrowing money from me, borrowing dope money. Legit millionaires, but they needed money at the time because checks wasn't clearing, and you know what I'm saying? And we waiting on this contract and we waiting on this, and give me 10,000, I'll give you 13,000 back in 3 months and shit like that. But that's why I was so heavy into the selling of the dope, because it was making a lot of other shit happen behind the scenes. Beside me taking care of my own family.
Right.
Beside me at the time, I was married, so I was telling my wife, you ain't got to work no more. No, just take care of the house and take care of the kids.
People don't understand, man. The average person, why you ain't just focus on the music? Because the music ain't going to pay for everything that I need to pay
that
for
I need to do
while I'm making this music.
Exactly.
I get it, but,
And there was times where this is one of the opportunities that I feel like I missed. And I owe Dr. Darius an apology for this. I never had a chance to even tell him, but this is one of the opportunities that I missed. At one point in time, Dr. Darius was, me and him was, kicking it as far as the music and as far as trying to get, before I dropped the Bootlegger's Dream album, I was trying to see which way I was going to market it. And Dr. Darius said, they came to Dr. Darius for a favor saying, we need you and your radio station and your people to promote Ace Hood. I could say the fucking names. I don't care. Whoever don't like it, sue me. But it was Ace Hood at the time. Ace Hood was doing numbers down south, and Ace Hood was doing a bunch of numbers, but he wasn't doing that many numbers in the Midwest. So So what they did was ask Dr. Darius, say, hey, if you pump Ace Hood down here, we'll pump whoever you want down south.
Right.
But the thing about it is, when we tell them to come on, they gotta be ready. He was saying basically like we gotta be ready to come. Whenever we call and say we're ready for him to come, you gotta be ready.
Drop of a dime.
It was drop of a dime. But so Dr. Darius was gonna use me. I was gonna be his favorite. And when they did call and then they did say come, I was afraid of nobody could do what I was doing as far as the numbers and the money and the work. I couldn't leave nobody in charge because I was damn near a one-man band. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Basically not letting nobody know exactly what I was doing, only a selected few. Yeah, but they wasn't charismatic as me.
Yeah, I got.
You feel what I'm saying? So and the opportunity was to go hit Miami and Tampa. I think it was Miami, Tampa, Orlando, and go down there and tour with Daddy Yankee and Flo Rida. You know, go down there, boom. But all I'm thinking is, I gotta go down here. I gotta get up. I gotta get back because the thing about it was I wasn't about to get paid. It was a promotional tour.
Right. So you looking at what you about to have to spend.
What I'm about to spend. So all I'm thinking is, if I go down here for a month and I'm making 30 bands, 40 bands a month, if I go down here, I'm going to miss 30, 40 bands and I'm going to spend 30, 40 bands. To me, that looked like 80 bands to me. That's what it just looked like. That's how I do the numbers. Yeah. And I didn't want, because I couldn't leave nobody in charge of how I did it because I can't even reveal what my skill is on it, but I couldn't leave nobody in charge of everything that I had going on. And I didn't go. Yeah. That's why I say I owe Dr. Darius an apology. I didn't go. I didn't take the opportunity, and that opportunity probably was the next level opportunity. That's just one of many that I just didn't go because I was stuck I was caught up in it. I was going to prison and going through the drug program, I realized that I was addicted, just like a fiend. I was addicted to the money. I was addicted to me selling drugs. I was addicted to it.
Yeah. It's a high, man. It's a rush. You trying to get that bread, making plays. You got to be in the loop. You know what I'm saying? It's like shit. The music, damn near like that, but it's just this music. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be in the loop. You got to be networking and doing all that kind of shit. Like, how you gonna do that and do that at the same? I mean, you can, but you know, it's ways, but niggas ain't trying to. You know what I'm saying? Take that many risks like that. But yeah, that's something, bro. But you know, shit,
that's life, though.
That's moving. You know what I'm saying? That's hindsight. Now
you go through life, and you gonna make a lot of mistakes, and you gonna learn a lot, and you gonna crash. You know what I'm saying? You gonna crash. You gonna end up fucked up. You might lose everything you got and have to bounce back.
It's the bounce back.
The bounce back is what's gonna make you.
Yeah.
Because when you take those chances, it's all I read a lot of like Elon Musk and a lot of little books about people. When you take those steps, even if you lost, so what? It's still a lesson. It's kind of like that's why what they always say is chess, not checkers. Whenever you play chess, even when you lose, you learn. If we play chess right now and I lose, I learn your opening. I learned this how Devious open every time. Or I learned Devious is good with his knight and his bishop together. Or Devious ain't nothing without his queen. I'm learning every time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? To adjust, to capitalize. Devious ain't shit without his bishop and his knight, so I'm gonna take Devious bishop and his knight.
And then let's see how he goes.
See how he good without that. If he can bounce back after I take that, damn, I didn't know that, but I'm learning. And that's the same thing with business and the same thing as learning curves and this shit. I learned where my fuck ups was at. I learned that. It made me who I am.
So the shit with Dr. Darius and them, that was before the bootleggers dream?
Actually, it was right before I dropped the Bootlegger's Dream. It was months before.
Okay, so you already had joints. You was already.
Yeah, the album was
trying
damn
to
near
put together.
done, and I was just trying to market it different than any other way. You know what I'm saying? And DJ BJ was like just coming on the scene. DJ BJ was new, like just coming on the scene, doing his thing, and he was getting popping. So, you know, I'm like, hell yeah. And I always fuck with Blast and DJ G Raw. So it was kind of like everything was coming together. But if I don't know what,
You don't know who gonna make the three. All of them is no, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, if I give it to him, then it's like, damn, these niggas gonna be the first one to break a record, or this nigga gotta be, but he might be the one that's the golden cat that might break. And you know, I get it, but it's like, yeah, that's when you kind of gotta roll the dice.
Yeah, so I like to say that even though people might be like, damn, you know, Rock Bottom should have blew and Jay Nutty them had, man, they should have been here and they should have been there. The level of success only is unlimited, but it's only to where your level of success and my level of success ain't gonna be the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Through my journey and through my losses, I done lost over 300-400 friends and family members. But through the journey of me losing my losses and going through turmoil and everything, the level of success that I have reached, Nas was always my favorite. Nas was always my greatest. To be backstage and be able to kick it with Nas and blow one with Nas was a level of success that might not mean nothing to nobody else.
Right. That's like a bucket, something off the bucket list. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I was able to sit backstage with Nas and kick it with him and see that, like, he real as I thought. You know what I'm saying? Because he was one of my favorite artists and he's we both Virgos. And I'm like, if I ever get a chance to kick, I'd love to kick with Nas. If somebody, and I was able to do that. That's a level of success that, to me, that was a higher plateau.
Yeah.
And some people might be like, Nas, they don't like Nas. You know, some females' goal might be to kick it with Megan Thee Stallion. Nas was one of them. Bill Cosby was always one of them. You know what I'm saying? But I was able to knock Nas off the bucket list to be backstage and kick it with him. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit.
That's real shit, man.
I went to New York. We was in New York before. Charlie Picasso probably talked about this story, but we went down to New York to the Stapleton Projects and walked into their projects without a gun, without a knife, without a plan. Cameras rolling. Whatever happens. They say these are the hardest projects on the island. We here. And walked through there and recorded and started rapping in the projects. And the kids sit the kids down first, and the kids came down, and then the OGs was up in the staircase. And then after the kids came and seen who he was, and then they came down like, y'all from Detroit? Like, yeah. They like, y'all bug, y'all. Y'all just walk up in the projects like this and y'all just do this? Like, yeah, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? Legendary to me.
Yeah.
When I was locked up and I was on the Rock, I was in the same prison with Biggs. I was in the same prison with what the fuck is his name? Hot Boy Turk. I was in that same prison. T.I. went there after I was home. But I was in the same prison and I got a chance to go and talk to bosses that was on Staten Island and Long Island when I was out there and say, yeah, I was out there and blah, blah, blah. We went to Stapleton Projects and they like, oh, yo, you know, big fat belly niggas like Paulie saying, oh, yeah, you fuckers would have cut your fucking head off. What are you doing over there in the Stapleton Projects? You don't know nobody.
Right.
But
we're rapping.
But
man.
I did it.
Right.
We went over there rapping. We shot our shot. And there's times where if I'd have had that same ambition then when Dr. Darius said that, with the money I had, I would have did it. Whether it cost me everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fire though, man. That's like that's like past shit and shit. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine like for y'all that don't know like the type of shit like that's like more up to date type shit. Like you done been with Proof, all kind of cats. Like how was that relationship with Proof, man? Because everybody, everybody knows
now,
Proof. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Proof, man. Rest in peace to Proof. That's why I said on the album about I speak highly of Proof. I'm always gonna speak highly of Proof. My relationship with Proof came about through Blackface. Blackface introduced me to Proof, and then Blackface always told Proof like Nutty, my brother, and me and Proof relationship catapulted from then because me and Proof was party animals. Blackface, he had party for a little bit, then it's over with. Me and Proof was 3-4 days in a row. And Proof was one of the realest. He was a realist. He reminded me of my father a lot. He was like one of them people that would say what he knew you didn't want to hear, but he had to say it type shit. Well, to me, this what he would do. This what he would do to me. I don't know what he would do with everybody else. But back then, he told me that I was greater than certain people. Back then, he told me that I was better than certain artists and people that I was around, and I could think better than you. You think better than these people. You rap better than them. You think better than him. Your business mind is better than theirs. You got to figure out how to put it all together, Jay. That's all I could tell you was what I'm on the outside looking in. Inspiration to another level that I held internally and still hold to this day.
That's crazy.
I never forget what he said the night he died to me. He said 2 or 3 hours before he died, he told me, I was in the studio last night. He said, Jay, when you gonna come in the studio with me? I said, man, I'll be busy. Blah, 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 blah. Did once again, selling too much dope. Got to be on the scene. And he was like, when you gonna get in the studio with me, Jay? You be bullshitting and blah, 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 blah. And I hate when people say I be bullshitting because 9 times out of 10, I'm not bullshitting. I'm just doing something. So when you see me on the block and I'm really chilling and I'm bullshitting, that's because that's my break. But I'm never really bullshitting. I'm always doing something, trying to figure something out or something working. But anyway, Proof was saying, you bullshitting, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna come tomorrow, man. I'm gonna come tomorrow. And he was like, I just left last night and I recorded 30 songs. And when he said the 30 songs, he's such a jokester. I thought he was joking. I thought he was playing, to be honest with you. And he said, I recorded 30 songs last night. And I was like, come on, man. You exaggerating to make me feel bad because I ain't coming to the studio. Who the fuck you think you is, Pop? And his exact words was, Pop is a hell of a name to put me in the category with. Ain't nothing wrong with being like Pop. That's what he said that night. And then later on, he ended up getting killed. But I ain't never forgot him saying that, and I ain't never forgot him telling me about what I was, how I was, and what I needed to do. So our relationship was epic. It was times where I called Proof and I say, yo, what's up? Oh, shit, man, I'm at home with, the wifey. I'm chilling. Say, man, I got people with me, man. I got a party. I got people following me after the party. I don't know where to go. I ain't got nowhere to go. And Proof, on plenty of occasions, then took me downtown and in people's bars and said, hey, this Nutty, this is Entourage, his tab on me. Yeah. I can't remember the name of the bar, but it was Proof. The name of the bar was Proof, but it wasn't his bar. You know what I'm talking about? I think it's on the corner of Woodward. It was on the corner of Woodward, but the name of the bar was back then is Proof. It's something else now.
Probably was like
but it was
lot 1210 or
something. But it was an owner. It was a white owner. Or no, it was a Jewish guy. It was an owner, but him and Proof had a relationship. And he got up out his bed, came and met me, and I took 15, 20 people into this bar, and then he left and said his tab on me. Wow. So I'm in there just ordering bottles, and the girls who probably watching this shit probably remember, like, yeah, I remember that hell of a night. You know what I'm saying? But this was the kind of relationship we had where he'd get up out the bed for me and, you know what I'm saying, and make moves for me. He was a friend for it,
man. Yeah, man, and that's you know what I'm saying. That's more present, but that's you know what I'm saying. You gotta think though, bro. You been putting in work just as much as Proof too, though. From back then, you know what I'm saying. Like you already did the rock bottom joints, and then like the one joint you and Hurt got, man. That song had the you know what I'm saying. That song had the city turned up, man. Gangsters only, man. Because you know what I'm saying. When you was locked, you know it was. All these niggas talking about the money and clout with no lyrical skills. Wait till Jay Nutty get out. That made one wasn't wondering, well, damn, who was Jay Nutty? When is Jay Nutty getting out? You know what I'm saying? Then he got out. Y'all came with
Shout out to Maserati Murray. Maserati Murray said Nutty to go.
Yeah, man.
I still can put my hoof on their neck too. Being the GOAT. I can still put one of my hooves on their neck.
For real, man.
But when we was that song, Wait Till Jay Nutty Get Out. I told y'all niggas Wait Till Jay Nutty Out, Gangsters Only. Was recorded at Maestro Studio. Trick did the beat. And we was at the studio on 23 Mile and Hall Road, some goddamn where. I never forget, I was mad. It was wintertime. And the ride out there seemed like it was forever because I didn't really want to go. Because Trick and Maestro had a whole bunch of studio equipment that wasn't hooked up, and wires was everywhere, and they was trying to figure this shit out, and it was like 3 hours before we even got the system up to record.
Damn, this for the gangsters only.
For the gangsters only. But all the way to ride there, Trick played the beat. I'm in the car with Trick, and he playing the beat. That Gangsters Only beat, and it was another one. He had another one. It was hard as fuck too. So, yeah, I think he ended up doing something to that one, but I kind of like favored the other beat more because it was just as raw as Gangsters Only.
Okay.
But while we riding out there,
Trick, we need to hear that other beat, man.
Shout out to Trick. That's my brother. That boy.
Yeah, you said he don't tell him you need that other beat, man.
I think I want to say he might have gave that beat to Diesel, or Thriller, or some of his brothers. But yeah, but back then we rode out there and I never forget it. It's real shit. Hurt said, "You gonna do that verse?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna do that verse." He like, "I think you should say that verse for something else." And I was like, "What I'm gonna say for something else, Hurt? I'm fresh out. I'm ready to rap. It's more where that came from." And he was like, "I don't know, man. I don't know what we're gonna do with this song, man. You know, I think we should just, you know." And he had a verse that he wasn't really gonna, that verse he wasn't gonna say. And I'm like, "No, let's give him our all.
This is it.
And he's like, "What are we gonna do with the song? Is this Trick song?" I said, "No, it's our song."
Yeah, man. Whose song?
We just networking. Yeah, he was
Whose song is this,
business.
Man?
He was thinking business. And I'm like, we networking. Trick got the beat. He giving us the beat. He like, "Oh, he gonna let us have the beat." Yeah, he giving us the beat. And Maestro ain't charging us nothing. Maestro said we can come record, boom, boom, boom.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. And then we ended up laying the song. And the song was dope as hell.
Y'all was recording too. I seen, like, ain't there some footage of that?
Well, that footage is when we decided to go back. And that's when we decided to go back and forth.
Oh, okay.
Because it was just my verse and then his verse. You know what I'm saying? And then we decided to say, "Oh, we gotta open this different." So we opened it different. So that was the footage of us opening it different and then recording the whole song.
So okay, that's crazy.
Right.
So at first it was just y'all verses on there.
It was our verses, banging and boom. No, we came up with the hook, and Hurt went in there and said what he said, and I went in and fed off him, and we fed off each other and made the hook. We never wrote the hook. We Jay-Z'd the hook.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But then we came to the hood, and we pressed up Lil E, Woodrow E, pressed up some copies of the song. And it was the raw footage. That bitch was beating hard, and it was raw, and it was oh man, I liked that one. A lot of people probably still got that one. I liked that version better. but it was raw, and we played it, and they had this rope flowing through the hood, and T-Dot and them heard it, and T-Dot had Linwood banging it, Woodrow was banging it, Dexter was banging, I had niggas in the zone banging it, Van Dyke was banging it. Shout out to all them hoods. They was banging the shit like, dog, this a motherfucker.
You said that was the one with the bang, huh?
And I think when we went back, they turned it down a little bit. I think because they felt like it was
too baggy,
unadulterated. But then I feel like it was Gucci Man. I felt like it was Gucci Man bang. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it if it's make the speakers hum too long, you know? But that's how Gangsters Only came about. We had already had, you know, the other songs prior to that, but Gangsters Only, I had just, you know, I was fresh out, so I was ready. But shout out to Maestro and Trick Trick. A lot of people don't even know Trick Trick made that beat.
Yeah, they just don't know Trick Trick making some of them beats, man.
And then the follow-up to Gangsters You Want to Gangsters Only was Gangsters You Want to Get, and that was on the Blow album. That was my solo.
That was right there. That was fire.
Hell of a made that beat.
That was fire. That shit.
So Trick Trick did Gangsters Only. Hell of a did Gangsters You Want to Get. But Dub did Doing Greasy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I worked with all the
you know what I'm saying? I work with the best.
Yeah. I know you worked with AK before too, man.
Oh yeah, shout out to my husband. AK gonna be mad if I don't shout him out. Shout out to AK. I forgot about that. I work with AK. And to be honest with you too, AK is an artist developer. AK coached me a lot back then.
Man, AK still
and he's still active like that. AK the one who introduced me to Murder Mook. People think it was Cal. AK introduced me to Murder Mook. Man, you know what I'm saying? But AK, I watched him develop artists. AK was telling me, no, Nutty, you saying that too loud. Just chill. Relax on. I need you to relax on that part. And he coached me through that shit. You know what I'm saying? So AK is an artist developer. He did a lot of developing, and he made me kind of like who I was at that time. Because I told you I didn't give a fuck about rapping. It was a hobby. If I'd have been more hard at it, if I'd have been making more money on rap than selling dope, then I probably would have been Jay Prince.
Hell yeah, shit.
Jay Prince mixed with Jay-Z. Shit.
So what about like coming up? Like, you ever fuck with like any of the little spots, like the hip hop spots, like what's that shit? Like the hip hop shop or like the Lush Lounge and all that type of shit.
The hip hop lab. Back then when I first started, Ebony Showcase was putting up, was doing the showcase where people can go in there and do an open mic. Ebony Showcase was like the hot spot for it, like the bull, damn near like the Bullfrog was. Ebony Showcase was that when I first started rapping. And that's where I first got the knack to show that I could rock a crowd, where I went and wasn't scared, you know, and you meeting in the spots and you meeting all the guys who do this shit.
Yeah, the Ebony Showcase used to be.
And that's the Ebony Showcase is the first time I seen Blackface rock. And that boy, when he did that Blackface, I was like, this nigga's an animal. But I seen Blackface rock back then at Ebony Showcase. And that's when I was like, yeah, dude need to be with us. But I never messed with the Lush. I only went up to the Lush one time, and it was on a bad vibe. And you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even never even. I hate to even think about the vibe that it was back then, because we all friends now. The people is all friends now, so I won't even speak on. That's something that I really won't speak on.
Yeah, that's anybody.
But at that time,
that was, you know what I'm saying.
I was headed up to the Lush, not for rapping purposes. Luckily, everything panned out good the way it is, and we all walked away from that.
That's what's up, man. That's fire, man. So what you got now going on, man? What you promoting this shit right now, bro? Like, I know you got the Irrelevant. I definitely got some merch, but I done had the merch so long, you know what I'm saying?
He didn't smoke my merch out. That boy on there, so he so cushed out. That boy got so much reds on him.
Yeah, boy, that boy.
But somebody had to scrape the plate on that like a fiend, boy. Scrape the kefir on there. But I got the Irrelevant album. I dropped the Irrelevant album, and I just released it in the prisons. It's in the prisons. And it's
damn, man, you know what's crazy? Somebody was just talking about that. Like, I gotta chop it, man, about that.
Yeah, it's just we got released in the prison, and I dropped the Irrelevant album in the heart of the pandemic, so I didn't get a chance to promote it or perform it or you know what I'm saying, do it like it was because everybody was in the house. But I'm the only person that you know brought everybody out to a block party and had about 400 people out there, and free food, free liquor all night. And the fire marshal tried to come shut me down. That's how bad I had the block banging outside. Fire marshal tried to come shut me down. And thanks to a little bit of hood rank, I was able to call another fire marshal and make them clear the scene. Keep the party going. But DJ G Raw was the DJ. A lot of people that was on the album came out. A lot of people that I messed with came out. We had the block rocking. But I dropped it in the heart of the pandemic. Irrelevant is on everything. It's on everything you want, every platform. Irrelevant. EAR relevant. Yeah. It's on every platform. It's a dope ass album. And like I said, it's kind of like talking about what I went through about the, you know, in the past. And I also got some good features on there. I got Calico on there. I got Big Hurt. I got Young Hurt. I got Stretch Money on there. I got Rockin' Ghost. And Power Move J, my daughter. She on there. Hell of a did a beat. Trick did a beat, did a couple beats. Hell of a did 2 beats. Trick did a couple beats. Dub Music produced and coached the whole album. Shout out to Dub Music. I got David Ruffin on there. Love David Ruffin. He's singing on there. I also did the Cousin Day. And the Cousin Day was, matter of fact, I'm shout out that motherfucker who shot the Cousin Day video. Your bitch ass and ran. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. If I catch you, I'm slapping slob out your mouth. Yeah, I did it. But look, why I did the Cousin Day video, the reason why the Cousin Day song was so important to me because I rapped about a lot of the people that I lost in the struggle on, you know, our family members that passed away. Because my family, we do a thing called Cousin Day where all the cousins get together and we plan everything. And the aunties and the uncles and the people can chill. Right. So in that video I shot, and dude only shot in the 720 to ask what I wanted to cut out and wanted to edit. And then he ended up disappearing, going to Atlanta because somebody offered him some money and he never came back. So I only had the video on 720, so I just put it out. And I couldn't reshoot it again because my grandma was 98 in the video and she passed away after that. Oh, so I couldn't get the same feel. So I'd rather not touch it. I just put the blurry ass 720 video out. But I had 6 generations of my family in that video.
That's crazy, man. Yeah.
My niece's son was in the video. So I had generations like that all the way down in the video. My niece's son was in the video. But it was some of my younger cousins' babies in the video too. Like I said, it was 6 generations in the video. And my grandma was 98 at the time, and that was my daughter's debut. So that was big to me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people and family didn't look at it like that, but that's how big it was to me. And my daughter did her part and talked about her age bracket, and I talked about my age bracket. And David Ruffin sung on the hook, and it came together.
Hey, that's fire, man. That's legendary shit. That's right. That's on the Irrelevant, right?
That's on the Irrelevant album. Go get the Irrelevant album. It's on Apple Music. It's on Google Play. It's on.
Shooting the videos for them joints?
That was the only video I shot for that, and I shot a video for the intro.
Okay. Definitely gotta check them out. Yeah, so shit, who you want to shout out, man? Or what else you got going on?
I just
shout somebody out or anything?
Oh, I just did me and Mike just dropped his album. Shout out to Mike. He dropped a Bad Motherfucker. I'm on that album. Yeah, and then he just dropped another EP. I'm on that album. Shout out to Street Lord Juan. he got his thing going on with the with the radio station, Street Lord Radio, and I'm all I gotta I'm always gonna be able to me and Juan got a bond out of this world, so I'm always gonna have a executive spot over there whenever
it's crazy. I met Dog for the first time like last week or something.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I knew that because he a good dude.
Yeah.
And we met in prison. I mean, we knew each other already, but our relationship, this bond formed and we was locked up together. But I always got a spot over there to do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
Shout out to Royce. Heaven Studios. I've been over there a couple times.
Shout out Kid Vicious, man. He was up here too, man.
Kid doing his thing. Mike dropped that album. I'm on 2 songs with Mike. Man, that boy just vibe good. Mike just vibe. Iron vibe.
My guy, man. Yeah.
Shout out to my niggas GT and Babyface and Peas and my little brothers and Los and Nutty and V's and all these guys who understand we paid the way. You know what I'm saying? These guys make sure they say,
and
hey,
that's the thing,
y'all gave us the ball, we running with it.
A lot of cats don't really, you know what I'm saying? You feel like cats do that or pay homage as much. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I said I was gonna retire from the rap game, but I can't. Cause these niggas don't pay no homage and they just jump in their rank. They really talking like they want beef, but I'm gonna be Frank. In this movie, I'm gonna be Tony and y'all will be Frank.
Okay.
That was all the caps to the people, and they know who they are, that don't pay homage and don't want to respect to say, well, I'm here. That's why I say these niggas gotta study their predecessors. That's on the first and the third. I say that. That's a whole different song. I say that when niggas don't study their predecessors. You gotta love the nigga that came before you. Because if it wasn't for him, it wouldn't be no you.
Right.
You think Kobe ain't watched Jordan? You a fool. You think Mike Tyson ain't watched Sonny Liston and watch George Foreman box? You pick a little bit from everybody. And you take it and you roll with it and you make yourself be the greatest from getting a little bit of everybody. So for a rapper to come up in Detroit and not mention Jay Nutty or Big Herc or Charlie Picasso or Tita Terrace or Prince Vince or Awesome Dre or Beat F and Puncho or Rock Bottom as a whole or Eshawn or D12, all this was a part of why we what we are right now. A Trick and the Goon Squad or Obi Trice or Royce the 5'9", this all the reason, the part, the way we are where we are now. It's evolution. Like the slaves came before us, and that's why we here.
Right.
Us coming and doing what we was doing. We looked at Awesome Dre and Detroit's Most Wanted, and we was watching them and saying we could do that too. That's the inspiration. Right. Had they never came, we probably would have never knew that we could do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And there's cats that don't even know that the reason why they even doing certain things that they do is because of a nigga that they ain't ever even heard of. So, but they don't know that that's from somebody else paying homage to somebody else paying homage to somebody.
On all levels, though.
To them.
On all aspects.
Right.
Street, rap, gunplay, all that. Whatever it is. I done been coached by the best, and I done coached like I was one of the best. Shout out to Recipes to Vito. I'll never forget. I got into it with a dude from the hood, and he was an OG, and he was a killer. And we got into it. We bumped heads. I was like 17, 18. And we bumped heads, and we was in the bar. We bumped. And the nigga, when he bumped me, he pushed me. He was way bigger than me. And he was a killer. But I didn't know. I heard about him, but I didn't care. Because he was in the wrong.
I heard about it.
Because he was in the wrong. He really, you know what I'm saying? Because as soon as we both was turning around, I can't say he was in the wrong. We both was turning around at the same time we bumped each other. But he instantly pushed off. And when he pushed off, I got a hand in the pocket and I got a motherfucking 9-shot 22. And I'm going to pop this man through my coat. And I'm going to get the fuck out of here. This was what flashed to my mind when he pushed me. And people jumped in the way. A couple OGs jumped in the way. My brother was there. He jumped in the way. Oh, no way. And they trying to tell me, this. You don't know who that is? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And he over there telling them like, yeah, y'all better get him. You know, like, y'all better get that little nigga, man. You don't know what. I ain't about to play with that little nigga. And he talking shit, so it's firing me up. And they like, no. So they walk me outside, whatever, and they calm me down. And I'm, you know, a day later, so I'm telling Vito. And Vito like, Jay, you gotta be careful with this. This ain't like everything else. He like,
this ain't like everything else.
He said, you a shooter. He a killer. It's a difference. And at that time, he's right. I was 17 or 18. I would shoot. I wouldn't run around laying bodies down for money or doing all this shit. Yeah. And dude was. You know what I'm saying? Dude had about 12 bodies under his belt at the time, and he done beat murders and all kind of shit. Yeah. And I was a kid.
Yeah, you playing wrong.
But I say that on my song. It's the difference between a killer and a shooter.
They got jewels all through
my shit. I'm always gonna drop a jewel, man. You gotta be ready for it.
You always gotta get your jewelry cleaner, man. We got jewels all through that motherfucking joint, man. Really?
But everything that I went through, everything that I learned was a stepping stone. You gotta use everything as a stepping stone. Even a dummy will teach you what not to do. You just gotta be willing to listen and willing to accept and say, see, that's what that is.
Definitely. Hey, so
and I'm over here blowing this gas. I'm over here high as hell. Hey, T-Dot talking about you drunk, man. Fuck you,
Dot,
boy.
Man, we gotta
Dot, fuck you.
Here,
Dot, I just talked to Dot. Dot said he coming through here too. Man, but he gonna surprise it. They ain't gonna know when it's gonna be.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna hold you up, bro. I just wanted to kick it and put these boys up on game, man. About a legend, man. One of the legends in the city, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the top, J Nutty, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for having me, man. DT in the basement, man.
It's the Green Room Podcast right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, go on DT the basement, like and share and subscribe, and you know all that good shit they be saying on the channels and shit, man. It's the Green Room. This episode 11, man.
Go follow me. Go follow me. The real J Nutty. TheReal J Nutty. And go follow me at Jason Nutty on Facebook.
All of that. And go get that irrelevant, man.
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant.